Hi, I'm Harry High Pants, and this is my mate Henrietta Normal Pants. Welcome to Ratbag, you ratheads. Today we've got a really serious, beautiful episode for you with lots of serious bits, including unpacking the colour of fruit and the law that surrounds colour hues.
Absolutely. We have a beautiful Hit It Toots featuring Meryl Streep if she was an influencer taking a photo of 2 blueberries.
Yep.
What else do we have?
Oh, we get really earnest for a second and talk about safety when picking a house. I'm not going to laugh through that because it's not funny. But right now we've got the giggles. But we do honour the sincerity that needs.
Thanks, perfect. Guys, please enjoy this episode. That's all we have to say.
We're so sorry for this intro.
Goodbye. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Ratbag. How are you all going today? Thomasina, how are you?
So good. Thank you for asking.
So good.
It's great energy in the studio today.
Great energy in the studio.
I got pigtails. I'm honouring my inner child.
Very beautiful.
My singlet says sweet, and I am.
And you are.
I look like Neapolitan ice cream.
You look really,
The pink,
really
the brown,
sweet.
the vanilla. Thank you, my love.
Sammy,
So do you.
a few episodes ago, had her t-shirt tucked into these pants, and I couldn't describe it. When we wrapped the app, when we went backstage, I was like, "You look so cute." There's something about a little top tucked into pants that reminds me of like kids when they go to the trampoline park.
And I do
you know what I
give
mean?
trampoline park.
And they like tuck their t-shirts in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
100%.
You told me that you finally read your letters from your 30th.
I did, and I loved it. It sent me into a pool.
My words of affirmation girl.
Because Mel's never written me a letter before. I've never written Mel a letter.
No.
And getting to see the penmanship and the love that came through page after page after page.
So glad you liked
sent
it.
Me
Were there any that like took you by surprise when you read your? For context, Sam for her 30th birthday was gifted this like book and journal filled with love letters.
Yeah.
Was there anything that took you by surprise, or anyone who you were like, oh my god, they really came through?
What
or
was very beautiful is I was like, I had this moment where I reflected on all of it, and I went, I really am a consistent person in how people perceive me. Like everyone has a very similar perception of me. There was just, if I could have, I wouldn't use AI, but if I could use AI to like take the letter and pull out all the buzzwords, there was just so much of like
the same things.
The same things.
Yep.
And then I didn't know until this day that mum calls me Bubby, and I call people around me Bubby, like bub, like baby. But it's not actually, doesn't come from baby or bub. She calls me Bubby because when I was little, I used to have, I'd have baths and I'd love the bubbles, and so then she'd call me Bubby because of that. And I didn't know that it came from bubbles, and I was sitting there like,
oh, that's so fucking cute.
Yeah, the letter from my parents, the 7-page letter, like sent me. Dad calls me his like bright-eyed girl. He's like, you've always been so bright-eyed. And it was just,
they love you so much.
I love everyone, and they all love me, and the audience love me, and I love them for loving me, and they love this podcast for listening.
And what a gorgeous place to start. Now I'm going to shoot that balloon of positivity with a negativity arrow from my bow and arrow stash.
Bang, go Katniss Everdeen.
Coming in with this couple of things. Correction, one thing that has absolutely blown my mind in the past week that I need to bring onto my.
Tell me.
I'm going to set the scene. I was out at a dinner, beautiful friends dinner. About 6 of us out and about, mostly in little partners, beautiful, couple extras on the side, stunning. Don't even know how it came about.
Yeah.
But I'm going to dox him. I'm going to dox him to the stars. I don't give a fuck.
Do it.
My friend Jed McKinney goes, so true. Yeah, it's kind of like how blueberries are actually purple.
Uh-huh.
And I went, pardon? Monsignor?
Yeah.
Blueberries
Yep.
are actually purple.
Yep.
And what transpired after Jed said this absolute blasphemous cacophony of sounds was I went, what? And he stood there with 2 feet rooted into the ground.
Yeah.
And he's a stubborn, beautiful boy at the best of times.
Yeah.
And I love him so much for it. But I went, Jed, is this one of those things where you're just being stubborn for the sake of it? Because I can show you photos of blueberries and I can show you that they're blue.
Yeah.
And he went, they're literally purple. And then half of the people around the table said blueberries are purple and half of them said blueberries are blue.
Okay.
Discuss.
I think the way the blueberries have been represented in media that's drawn or illustrated or coloured is they have a purple hue.
Okay,
However,
God, I love you. You're the woman for me.
Yeah.
I said these exact words. I said, do you know what I'll give you, McKinney?
It's got a hue.
It's got a purple hue.
It's got a hue.
A purple undertone.
Yep.
But the colour is blue. If you did one of those extraction things that people do on TikTok where you like do it and like zoom in to see what true colour it is, it is
It's
blue.
not a purple Hueberry, it's a blueberry.
It's not a purple berry. It's not a violet berry. It's blue.
No, this is not one of those, the green and gold, the white dress. Remember that white and black? Oh, that's not what it is.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
The blue or black or the white and gold.
Yeah, no, blueberries are blue, but they have a purple hue.
You say this. This is a really good, look at this.
But I fear...
Check that out.
That's blue.
That's fucking blue.
But I think the way it's been represented in your Disney cartoons, your anime, I think it has a purple...
So you say this.
Vibe to
Can
it.
we have a look at some of the blueberry representation throughout the ages?
That's the only reason we're here.
Because the one in Willy Wonka, when she goes blue, Violet as a blueberry.
Well, her name's literally Violet.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
That's
a red
misleading,
flag.
isn't it? Red flag. Now, I'll give Jed this. No, see, funny. Oh, no, they're both pretty blue, actually. I was going to say olden time in the face. She's got a bit of purple going.
But that is an electric blue.
But that's an electric blue
But I
suit.
fear that's the downfall of cinema. Back then, they only had one light and it was blue. And they went, fuck, we'll just up that hue.
And then the what's the name of that actor? Sophia, whatever her name is, in the nenewer one. Blue.
Oh, yes, Anna Sophia Robb.
Anna Sophia
That's-
Robb,
that's blue.
That's blue. So there's no argument there. Because here's the thing, I'm happy to open the argument. I'm happy to take it to the floor.
Here's the thing, though. I would say blackberries.
Yeah. Bit more purple.
They are more purple.
I'd actually agree.
And I
Or
fear
even a
that-
bit of a tinge of maroon in the juice.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I fear that some of the other berries
Yeah.
have led blueberries astray because of their lack of one strong colour. They're a bit hutastic.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we're looking at blueberries.
Now, to give the other, absolutely, I agree. To give the other side of the discussion a moment, I will give Jed McKinney this. He said, when you add blueberries to a smoothie, what colour does it make the smoothie? And I went, now hold on.
Yeah.
I went, you do have something there.
It's not blue.
It goes purple, not blue, right?
Yep.
But I think that's the inside. I think it's the underskin of the blueberry. The outer colour is blue.
Right.
And also because when you bite into a blueberry, it's almost like white.
Right.
It's like white with you because you don't eat fruit. You're like, I'll take your word
Don't
for
say
it.
I eat fruit. I just do not like blueberries. Hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because you know how bananas, when they're not quite ready, they're green, right?
Yeah.
The ripeness of a banana can change in colour. What's the deal with a blueberry? Do they start quite
Up
purple?
right now. Why do some people
Is the fetus
think
of a blueberry purple and then it turns to blue?
me Googling fetus blueberry colour? Why do some people think blueberries
Unripe blueberries are purple, I would call. I would say unripe blueberries are purple.
are purple?
Let's have a look at this. Spin the laptop around, Dad.
Oh, that's purple. Yeah, you can't deny that.
Sure.
That's,
Yeah.
So maybe Jed's in there eating fetal blueberries for his whole life.
Jed needs to have a look at the kind of blueberries he's eating.
God, this is absolutely devastating for me. I should have had a look at this before I jumped on mic.
tell
All
me.
confident with my front bangs that have turned into side bangs.
Tell me.
Oh, I don't like this AI overview.
Tell me.
Oh, while many people perceive blueberries as blue, they are actually a deep purple. And this, Jesus Christ. I actually think if you heard it was my heart breaking. If you've heard that audibly. Jesus Christ, I actually feel sad.
Yeah.
I won't be wrong. I hate being wrong. This difference in perception stems from how the human eye interprets light and the way blueberry's waxy coating interacts with light. The outer layer of the blueberry, a waxy coating with nanostructures, scatters blue and ultraviolet light, giving the berry its blue appearance. Additionally, it's just Jed with like supersonic vision.
Yeah.
Like they're just saying like...
So what's a blueberry going to look like in the golden hour? If it went out for a golden hour photo shoot, what colour is it? True blue or purple?
Blue. Additionally, the pigments within the berry, called anthocyanins, absorb red, orange and yellow light, further contributing to the perceived blue hue. Right.
That is whack. I have a story on colour and perception and the way we perceive colours.
Please. You better riff.
Which, absolutely.
The way before this episode I said, guys, now I'm bringing something to the pod. I don't think it'll fill out our whole 12 minutes of opening segment.
And then I went, I'm going to
need you to riff.
Oh, it's perfect. I have a mate who is colourblind, and he one day, we were all chatting at a Kickons. We were all drunk.
Tie-in alert.
Tie-in alert. We were all drunk as a skunk, chatting. Beers were flowing, and he was like, yeah, I didn't know that he was colourblind until this moment. And then he's like, yeah, I'm colourblind and blah, blah, blah.
Now,
and
what type of colourblind? The red-green?
You know what? I didn't dig any deeper because I was that smashed. But what I did get stuck on was we were talking about our types, and he was like, and I know him because he's a similar man to me. J'adores a redhead.
Loves a redhead.
And he loves a redhead so much. And he's like, oh, they're just so
seeking
beautiful.
out all these e-girls with green hair from the internet, being like, I fucking love orangutan.
This is exactly what I said. So he's going, oh, I love redheads, redheads. I always knew him as loving redheads. And then this day he goes, yeah, and I'm colourblind. And I went, wait a minute. I went, mate, so what's your red? And then we were all too drunk to kind of unpack it. But I went, what's the kind of person that he's going for?
Truly?
Because his red is not my red. No. But what's his red? Because I went, I love a redhead, but you're not seeing them as red.
I wonder if it is green.
I don't know. That's fantastic.
He heads to the Children's Choice Awards where they dump that green slime. He's like, fuck yeah, I love that shit.
It looks like blood. Blueberries are. Yeah, wow.
Blueberries
and you know
are
what's a
purple.
beautiful thing about this segment is because I don't think about fruit that often, I'll never think about this again. But that's gorgeous.
And you don't care to learn about things that you don't care about.
If it's not lip gloss or Glee, don't talk to me.
Lip gloss or Glee is perfect. It's perfect.
We joke.
Oh, we
Of course,
joke.
my mind is open for everything. That has rocked my world.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thanks, Jed McKinney, for... Ew, I hate that ended up with me being like, I guess I'm wrong. I will stand by it. To the naked eye,
Yeah.
blue.
To naked eye blue. And then a blackberry, a cunty dark purple.
Little maroon situation.
Maroon? No. Maroon is red.
Maroon juice.
Right. We don't have time.
Right. No, we don't have time for
Bang.
this shit.
We have to throw to a really important ad. Bring, bitch.
I kind of have a question, and you two seem really cool and hot and smart. Hello?
It's time.
Bring, and it's a DM. It's a DM because we get to save them.
Ding.
And they sit in my hot little favourites folder with to ask on Ratbag. This listener gets straight to the point. They say, Dear Mel and Sam, congratulations to you for both being in such gorgeous relationships. I'm so happy for you, bracket, not close bracket. I'm hoping that's sarcasm.
That's perfect.
Thank you, Rat. Surely the both of you...
We're kind of open.
Surely the both of you still have some pretty embarrassing stories from when you first started dating. I'm talking high school crushes, first kisses, etc. Please share it with the rats. We got to know.
I love this question. Where do you have something that immediately jumps to mind?
I do. My first boyfriend in high school, this is true. I am not lying.
Yeah.
I'm just giving his government name because I don't give a fuck and I don't know him anymore. His name was Kenny Speak.
Okay. Perfect.
No, so
Right
that was
up
a
there
shit,
with-
that was a
right.
shit response because both of you probably know that. And if you weren't on the couch and you didn't know it, you'd laugh a bit more. Hope you're laughing at home. Yeah? Comment laughing Sam, funny name Sam in the comments. Kenny Speak.
Kenny Speak.
Poor guy as well because everyone at school used to be like, can you
yeah,
speak?
yeah.
Anyway, speak he did.
He went, "That's the man for me."
Because he went, you. And we started, well, you know what, you're dating in year 9. You actually only date for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I will never forget the first time we went round to his house to hang out. And then I just sat super stiff as a surfboard on one couch. He sat stiff as a surfboard on the other. We kind of just sat there facing each other for a while. And then I went, all right, I'm going to go home. And that's all that happened. We didn't even kiss. I don't think we kissed probably a few times. But I remember standing in the hallway at high school one day and I thought it was him coming out of, I don't know, trigonometry. Who fucking knows anymore? He comes out and I go, Kenny. And I went, and then I realised, scandal alert, year 9 scandal alert, I kissed the wrong boy. Right in front of him.
Can he speak more like, can you see?
And I know. And see, I couldn't.
Jeez.
And I kissed the wrong boy in front of him.
Did they look similar?
My other mate, Connor. All boys look the same in year 9.
That's the most lesbian thing I've ever heard.
Smell like Lynx Africa. mousy brown haircut, bit of a fade from the barbershop down the road, even though Kenny was blonde. I don't know. I was colourblind to him because I didn't care. And that's the truth. But anyway, I kissed the wrong boy. And that's it. And then my first boyfriend in high school, I'm pretty sure he's gay now as well. And I think that's beautiful.
Love this story.
Yeah. And he was a drummer. Oh, should I tell the story? The embarrassing bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
100%.
My parents listen to this pod.
Who cares?
I don't
They know
give a
you
fuck.
have to have sex.
Anyway, I will never forget with my first boyfriend.
I'm pretty sure you said it on the pod before.
Yeah, no, I think I said it on TikTok. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. I'll drop in. All right. This is very embarrassing for me, but it is perfect. The first time that I got physically intimate with my boyfriend in high school, we weren't just sitting like surfboards on couches. Things were happening.
At the Sioux School after party.
At the Sioux School after party. I will never forget this. I gave him a hand job. I want to vomit right now. I gave him a hand job, and then as I was doing it, he said these exact words for me.
So good.
The year was 2011. I need you to imagine. We're in his like mum's house. I thought it was really cool because it was not near the suburb of my school. I was like, you live so far away. This is sick. I'm giving him a hand job, and then he goes like this. I thought you said you'd watched porn.
It's so mean.
And I went, oh. And then the next day I remember taking it to all my girlfriends at school. We got into one of the little alcoves in between one of the portables.
Yeah.
We all had all of our scarves like neck braces around us, standing there in our skirts. And I went, he said this to me. I thought he said he watched porn. And they all went, what the fuck? And they all jumped up in my defense. Anyway, that's my embarrassing story.
It's so mean.
I thought you said you watched porn. Maybe I'll put it on a baby tee. It's pretty funny.
I love that.
How embarrassing is that?
Much.
Your turn.
I have, what jumps to mind? My first kiss story jumps to mind.
Tell me.
And I don't think, I have told this story on our old pod. Cringe. New pod only.
New pod only.
But yeah, so for the little rats who haven't heard this story before, it is a goodie. The story, Tom, have I told you this story before?
I don't think so.
The story of my first kiss is so beautiful and like top energy from me. It's really, really funny. So I was in like year 10 or 11, I don't remember now, and it was like for the school musical. And I learned that I had to like kiss this boy who was like at the time like pretty much like my best friend, like one of my best friends. And I was like, I was like, this sucks because I don't want this to be my first kiss. I don't want to have my first kiss in front of like in front of a group of like giggling year nines. I was like, and it's already going to be such a big deal because kids are kids. Yeah. And so I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. And I literally took matters into my own hands. And I was like, I'll sub in a name. I was like, Matthew. I was like, Matthew. I literally went up to him like literally at recess school and I was like, Matthew, after school, you're going to meet me in the green room and we're going to kiss. And it's not going to be in front of everyone. It's going to be just for us. And
my leading lady.
It's going to be in the green room. And me, not good on consent, didn't ask him if he wanted to. Just said,
that's a bit of weird doing.
Gonna kiss. And no, I think I actually probably like was like, I was thinking like, maybe we should go to the green room.
What was his response?
And he was like so gorgeous as well because he had had his first kiss. Yeah. So he was like more chill and he was like gorgeous and was like, of course, whatever you need. Yeah. But it was like metaphorically, I feel like I grabbed him by the collar and went, come with me. And we like stormed up to the green room, sat on the couch where like people very inappropriately everyone had that couch in the green room.
Yep.
Sat on the green room couch, sat on the couch, and then literally like planted in the most like unsexual, unromantic, anything way, like planted on the side of the couch. And I like turned to him and I was like, right, we're going to count down from 3 and then we're going to kiss. And I was so nervous. Like
top energy.
So nervous. Literally, I'm
top.
making all these rules, telling him how it's going to go. And
surprised he didn't put on a radio mic and get into a bit of a costume from the green room cupboard as well.
And I'm like, right, we're going to count down from 3 and then we're going to kiss. And then we go 3, 2, 1. Every time we got to 1 for like 5 times in a row, I was like, I can't do it. And I was literally
what was his
like,
energy this entire time? Like,
I think he was like, because we were close friends. He was being gorgeous and supportive, like credit where credit's due.
Good boy.
And then we finally kissed. And I don't even think you could call it a kiss. It was like the
tiniest
most
little peck.
Sterile, and I like ran down the stairs screaming, and I ran to like my drama teacher. I was like, "We did it! We fucking did it, bitches! We kissed! You're not gonna see my first kiss. Blah, blah, blah,
To your
blah,
drama
blah.
teacher?
Yeah, to my drama teacher. And then like when like the kids in the musical like the next day, because we were like about to do the kiss scene, were like, first kiss. And I was like, fuck you all. I took matters into my own hands, did it myself. It's not my first kiss anymore, bitches.
That's so, first kisses in shows are so funny.
Perfect.
And the way that some of them, it's like, you guys are milking that.
I
don't think that needs to be a pash.
I
but
also
work.
remember so clearly the first time like not making out, but like a longer kiss with him, because it wasn't a peck that we had to do in the show. It was like a proper kiss. And I remember being like, I'm not too proud to say, like I would have been such a bad kisser.
Everyone is. Of
in
course.
those first few kisses. I remember being in like our big kind of like hall thing, and I remember doing it, being in the kiss, and in this time in front of everyone, and being like, move my lips now. I was like,
it's like choreographed,
because it was so weird.
That is wild.
But yeah, I have plenty of
the
like
fact that it started in a green room is the most you coming back to your roots thing I've ever heard.
And me just being like, I'm going to take control of this. Someone bring me the whip and chain. Get down. We're kissing.
That's so good.
Love that I've learned about consent now.
Absolutely.
Probably would have been better to have a question in there, maybe.
That is so good. Hey, thank you for the writer that wanted us to unpack that. I can't believe I've shared that on pod.
I have plenty more too. We should do another one another time for like more high school like dating stories or the start of dating stories.
I'm so down for that.
That is so fun. Thanks for writing in.
Absolutely. What's next?
I think it's a girl dad, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hit that sting. Tom, can you do it a cappella?
Is he having a boy? Is he having a girl? Who cares about the binary? It's girl dad.
Yeah. Not bad.
Nice.
Yeah, I have, for next time as well, I have a funny sexual story from when I was 15 that I'll save for next
Oh, I
time.
love
I
that.
want it now, but yes. Fair.
I want it now.
Just remind me.
Like, we can go a tiny bit longer, can't we?
Totally.
A couple
We could
minutes?
cut the girl dad and do that. But it's super embarrassing, so I sort of don't want to tell it.
Wait, do you want to tell it or no?
I had it ready in case you threw
Why
it
don't we
to
do it on tomorrow's record?
Let's just
So
do it
now.
now.
me. You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing, but that's why I want to tell you guys.
I think it's good if
All
it
right.
ties in.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on me thing, so I don't want to feel like I was shaming my sexual partner in this.
Yeah.
Right?
Tom has just told us that he has a story. We went to move on to the next segment. He was like, I do have a story. And we were like, this is perfect. Tom has to share his high school story.
100%.
I
Go,
never
Tom.
forget it. We were probably like 15.
Yep.
And my girlfriend at the time came around for Easter. So we had like a big Easter lunch or
Yep.
whatever, right?
Yep.
And that finished and we went to my room and we were just fooling around. And
Few lint bunnies off to do missionary.
Exactly. And she was giving me a blowjob. And I don't think...
Sorry. You're my boss.
I know.
I know, and I'm such an asexual dad now as well. You know? Like,
That was me before saying hand job.
I know.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's why I was like, you know what? I
With
wanna-
me being like, I kissed a boy. Or like, what?
I wanted to push this because I was like, I don't think I've ever told anyone this. It's funny.
Proud
And
of you. Proud of you.
We're
Safe
like
space.
testing boundaries, exactly.
Genuinely safe space.
And neither of us knew what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
And she went a little too far, vomited Easter lunch all over me, all over the bed.
Oh my God. That is brilliant.
Because I don't think she'd ever realised she had a gag reflex or anything. And then I had to go to my mother and say, my girlfriend's not feeling too well. She's been sick on the bed from eating too much.
Yeah, on the
Christmas
bed.
What's actually good about that is a completely believable lie. Like she could have just vomited, whereas if it was any other kind of liquid or thing, like that is. What was your reaction? Were you like,
Yeah, what did you do?
I was like, I can't even remember, but I remember just being like in complete shock. Yeah. Like I had no idea that this sort of thing could happen.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was good in the moment.
Yeah.
I feel like I was supportive
You
and
were
chill.
supportive.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like
Good
other
man.
times I would have freaked out, but no, that time I was
No.
supportive and chill.
100% Easter lunch
Easter
Easter
lunch.
all the way
Roast
back
lamb.
I
down.
was going to say roast lamb. What else would have been in that?
Oh, we don't
Like
need to imagine
peas.
you actually.
Peas, I want to.
Gravy,
yeah.
potatoes, the usual.
Oh, that is so bad. Also, just on vomiting, I hate that Americans call it bath.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
weird.
bath's a
Bath is
terrible word.
disgusting.
That's a perfect lead into girl dad, Tom.
Okay,
Amazing.
To think that person had kids.
I know, right? So, following on from a topic of discussion from a long time ago, where a good friend of the pod, Lucy Bain,
There she
producer
is.
of the pod,
To my stage left.
Our oracle.
God, I love that woman. Our oracle.
was very much debating whether Lucy should move out of her home into like a share space.
Oh,
right?
yes. I remember this episode.
And me and Lulu are great friends outside of work as well. So Lulu threw me with a question the other day, a serious question.
Okay.
And I just did not know how to answer it.
Okay.
And I thought we'll throw it to you guys and see if you have any good answers for the audience.
Sure. Okay.
So Lulu comes to me and she goes, I found this place. I love it.
Yeah.
5 housemates, 1 bathroom, which is a red flag, but I really like it. I want to move in there. Is this a safe area? And I went, I'm not sure.
Ah.
And I
what's
went
the
to
area?
Well, I don't think we should dox Lulu.
Oh, so
yeah.
true.
But I went to Lulu. I said, I've been robbed in rich areas. I've been, had problems in poor areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad things happen to good people in good areas.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is a good area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to my wife and I said, hey, Lulu's asking if this is a safe area. What do you think? And she was like, I don't know. And then I asked Max, and Max was like, actually, I think that area is pretty rough. And I was like, what are you girls looking for? What does that mean to you? And is there any good PSAs you can put out to our audience?
PSA is about finding a place that feels
That
safe.
feels
Or just
safe.
like, what does that
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
to you? And like, what makes you, like, what's a red flag for you, I guess?
That's a really interesting question.
Because after Lulu asked me this, I went on a deep dive of like crime statistics and stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
looking at it, I'm going,
Yeah.
this isn't telling me anything
Yeah.
really. Like all of it's fucked.
I think
this is a genuine answer. I think a lot depends about like if you don't drive or if you do drive.
Yes.
If you or
We
if you're
spoke about that. Yep.
yeah, taking public transport. And with public transport, something that's like a huge one is like how close
you are.
you are to that tram stop or that
Yeah.
bus stop or that train station,
Yeah.
because it is the walk
Yeah.
often that
That's-
is
yeah.
like kind of the scary part. And so like being like or like on and off a main road, I feel
Yeah.
like is an element as well.
Yeah.
Because I am kind of the I don't think it's naive to say that I do think bad things happen everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
you
not a
know,
firmly
pessimistic
believe
take.
that.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's
I
just
think that
true.
that's just true.
Yes.
I think for me the biggest thing, or one thing that I very much consider, and I've been lucky to live in areas that have this a lot, is good street lights.
Yes.
Because I find some suburbs,
Yep.
and it's kind of just a bit of a pick of the mix. There's no real like reason for it. Some streets are fucking dark
Yeah.
as hell, and then some are really nicely lit, even if they are a side street or off a main road.
Yep.
I've only ever lived in kind of metro, like since I've moved out, in more metro inner city areas where I have been around I have been around quite a lot of people always. So it always feels like there is somewhere I can go if I do need help.
Yeah.
But yes, street lights are a big thing. Walking from public transport's a massive
Yeah,
one.
that's the first thing that like came to my mind.
Yep. I think, house v apartments, I think they're kind of same. You can have dodgy neighbours either next to you or next to you in an apartment. Like that's not a major thing that I take into consideration. I'm trying to think of other.
We ended up sort of saying, like, I'm still interested in your take on it, but we ended up saying you drive a lot, that's a huge tick. But I said to Lulu, like, the most important thing is you're going to have 4 housemates.
Yes.
Are they women and are they chill?
Yeah.
And the answer was yes. They've
Yeah.
never
And
had
are you
any
going to be
issues.
happy and safe? in
Yeah,
that?
and they were like, we've never had any issues. So I feel
Yeah.
like that's the best you can do, right?
Safe-
is
Totally.
Ask someone who lives there already.
True.
Yeah.
And you are, and Lulu is true definition of safety in numbers. Whereas, there are nights where I only live with, no weirdo's going to be listening to the pod. I live with one other person, and nights when she's away, there are nights that can feel a bit scary when you're completely on your own.
Yeah.
Whereas going home to a share house where there's going to be a lot of people there or around,
That's
or
true.
that can help you in a flash.
Yep.
That's a big one.
I think that is a massive like pro
of share house living.
having like a big group at home.
Yeah. What else? It's a good question. I want to like riff on it for a sec. Like think of.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are like, if you're moving to a new suburb, are going to deep dive into the crime stats or anything like that, are you? Like, that's a weird, because like, what can it tell you really, right? I feel like it could falsely make you avoid a place.
Yeah, I think that is true. And I think it would be less that stuff that I'm looking at and more things like what I've heard, more like less like numbers on paper and more the vibe.
Yeah.
And
100%.
more like what I've heard, or like, do I know anyone else who lives out there?
Yeah. I think being
You know?
conscious as well of the places that might that might attract seedy groups of people if you're living right near a strip of nightclubs, or if you're living right near, a few pokies, things like that, where there might be people that are drinking and out and about and spilling onto the street. I remember I was looking at an old place and we decided to go against it because it basically sat in between two pubs, like two pubs opened up onto it. That's something that I probably wouldn't want to be around, I would say. But everyone's got their preference. Some people also like the sound of nightlife being around them. And
that can actually also be safer.
Exactly.
Than
So it's
being totally in where nothing happens.
Yeah. But
I
I
lived opposite a pub for like years and years, and it was like completely fine as well. So
Yeah. I think, being able to safely get in your door and not be walking down a dark, dark street for a long time.
I think those
is
are
a
the
good
main
one.
ones. Yeah, lights and public transport and whether you drive.
And having people around as a safety net
Having
if you
people.
forget a key or you need a hand with something.
Yeah.
Those would be the main ones.
So you're going to break your lease, Lulu, or?
It's time.
It's time. Hey, love it.
I loved that. What a great question, Tommy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do we have next? Is it
Kick
theatre
on.
sports?
Oh, yeah.
Kickons.
Everybody, it's time for Kickons. We love this segment. Kickons is the segment where it's the questions that you are led to ask when it's 4 a.m.
Yep.
You've just been out all night and you're just chatting shit. Unlike the rest of this podcast, which is not chatting shit.
Absolutely.
I have made up this question and I think it's a great one. It's a hypothetical. Sure, Cara.
Cara, that we're doing hypothetical.
Here is the question, everybody, and I want everyone's answers.
Perfect.
If you could pick 3 qualities or behaviours, probably behaviours I think is more the way I want to take it, that if you pressed a button tomorrow, everyone in the world stopped doing that one thing or those 3 things.
I'll stop doing it, okay? Yep.
What would with your powers, what would you make those 3 things, those 3 behaviours? I'm happy to start
Yeah, do it.
whilst you have some thinking time.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to think for a second so I don't just think of yours, hear yours and think the same, because I want
True.
to see if something
Think then
pops up.
for a second.
Yeah.
No, my brain goes to dark things. Don't murder.
Mine are light then.
Yeah, that's
Then-
why I was
yeah,
thinking. I
yeah.
was trying to think of.
Oh,
that stuff.
light. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So wait, what's an example?
Pet peeves.
Oh,
or
sure. So everyone around
me to give you an
not
example
being
of mine?
super, super late to something.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
Right.
That's
okay,
a great
cool.
one.
All right, go for it. What's yours?
Yes. Okay. One of my first ones was I would make it so that if anyone ever did this again, they would physically implode on the spot. I hate when men call women females.
Yeah, right.
It absolutely drives me.
Do they do that?
Yes.
That's wild.
Can you
Yes.
use it in a sentence?
Yes. So I see it a lot on alt-right, two dude bros on a pod, and they'll be like, we'll talk, yeah, because if you were to meet a female and she said to you blah 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 blah, and and if that female came along and did this, don't you think that would be blah? And I'm like, it's women, call us women.
Because it's grammatically incorrect, or you just hate it.
I don't even think they think it's grammatically incorrect.
Yeah,
I just hate
don't like it.
that it just grinds my gears.
That's fair.
Things that just
Yep.
every time I hear it, it makes me go insane.
No, that's fair. I don't have that, but I can understand it.
Females.
As a pet peeve. Females.
It gives I think it's got something to do with womanhood and being a woman is such a I don't know, such a complex experience, and to water something down to you're a female.
you don't get it.
Yeah, and it feels derogatory.
So if we were to say males, this
I
male
don't.
walked in. Yeah, I don't
this
say-
male walked in.
No, we say
It's
men.
crazy. Or I went up to this male to strike up a convo.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
No, that just feels like the wrong way to speak about
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I get that.
Thoughts, Tom?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I can't remember
hate
ever
it.
referring to someone as a female.
Good man.
Yep.
Maybe you gals or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
but-
fine. That's fine.
Yep.
Do you have any?
Yeah, just probably so many. I would want everyone, and I recognise that I had this thing the other day where I went, God, people really stare, don't they? Everyone staring. And then I went, no, I'm the problem. I'm staring at everyone too. I really do look around. But you know those kind of people that just radiate this energy where, you'll walk into a coffee shop and they're just like,
Yeah.
And the way that they stare,
And
I'm like,
unapologetically.
it's just like they're annoyed by your existence, but they're too pussy to even have like a fucking frown on their face. They're just in this in between
Almost
limbo
blank.
of just like, and they just radiate. I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
That would be gone.
Yep, that's
abolish
perfect.
that. I hate that.
I've got another.
Go.
I would abolish people standing in groups and not introducing themselves if there's new people in the circle that they don't know. Oh, it makes me crazy.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad.
Is it on the person to introduce themselves or on the person that someone else that
Both.
might know them to introduce them?
Shared.
It's combined.
Also abolish, the people who bring a new friend into the group and then just have them stand there.
Yep.
I'm like, that is your responsibility. Say,
Yep.
Tom, this is my friend Sarah, by the way.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like,
Yep.
or people, if they're standing, I also think if you have the, like, not the social power, but kind of, like, if you know more people in the circle and you see someone you don't know, it is on you to be like, oh, I'm Mel, by the way, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Over it.
Yeah.
Can't stand when people don't introduce themselves.
I think that's a fantastic one.
Or when you meet influencers and they think that you will and they don't introduce themselves because they're like, you know who I am. It's like,
oh,
I don't
get off
care
your
if you're
high horse.
Meryl Streep. I want you to say, hi, I'm Meryl, by the way.
Meryl Streep, my favourite influencer. Love her HelloFresh brand deals. What's another one? These are great. Oh, other things that people do.
Tommy, do you have one?
Yeah, I have one. And like this will sound nasty, but I stand by it.
Yeah.
Don't come up to babies you don't know. If you come up to my baby and I don't know you and you start getting in its grill looking at it, oh, she's so cute.
Yep.
I'm on high alert for danger.
That's a really
Whoa.
good parent's perspective that I hadn't even considered.
If it's one of you two, obviously.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
or someone,
But someone
even
you
someone
don't
you
know.
vaguely know.
Yeah.
But you take a newborn to a supermarket, you have a lot of people stopping you and commenting and getting up in your grill about it.
Yeah.
People really
yeah,
think it's an
yeah,
open
yeah.
invitation.
Yep.
And it puts me on high alert.
There you go.
I think
I did
that's
not
really
like it.
fair.
I love that. I would never have guessed that.
This is a light one. I'm not super passionate about it, but it made me think of coming up to someone without their permission. I also think there are pet owners, not just dogs, pet owners that assume that every single person around them will be like, fuck yeah, I feel safe and vibes around your pet. And I think they need to, like, the amount of times I've been out and I've seen someone with a dog that is absolutely scaring the daylights out of a toddler and they're just like, no, it's my dog, it's fine. And I'm like, no, you need to also recognise that not everyone is obsessed
Yeah.
with your Rottweiler.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Rottweiler.
Is it Rottweiler or what? Rottweiler?
I don't actually know. I think it's Rottweiler.
Rottweiler.
Maybe. My third one, I don't know, we got to move on, but my third one, I haven't prepped this. This is just whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
My third one,
Yeah.
now, I unfairly, because I'm a farter, not a burper, right?
Yep.
We're all one.
Yep. Same.
Burps, I don't like at the best of times, but burps without a hand over the mouth.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like coughing without.
Yeah, or an unashamed belch
Yep.
in front of someone. No.
Spitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
The sidewalk? Am I an Annie the
Sidewalk.
musical? The people that spit. Why do you need? I don't need to see
yeah.
your phlegm sitting on right near NGV as I'm trying to walk to the tram.
Our show when I spat 3 times in a row.
But that's on stage and that's for the arts.
Yeah. That's
Can't
the
stand
performance.
spitting.
Do you have one more, Tommy?
Yeah, I have the last one. I would say, like, the one thing I can't stand, it's the social media thing.
Yeah.
Is this, like, and even though I need it, the fitness bros being like, you know how you, like that thing of like lecturing you about what you can eat and the newest fad diet and stuff. When that comes up, I'm like, I actually need your advice, but I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about, it's so rare, I feel like, that a video like that is going to click for someone and be like, oh, now I get it.
Oh, yeah. 80 grams of protein. Great.
Yeah.
I'll
You're
do
telling
it.
me that I need to move my body and eat well to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, I don't mind it being out there if I search for it, but it still
Yeah.
makes me mad when it feels unsolicited.
Yes, I so feel that. I
Yeah.
so feel that.
That's
it's
fair.
also just like the there's a really good word I'm trying to think of.
What is it?
Damn
No.
it. Omnipresence.
Maybe.
The
Wait, say-
omnipresence. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The omnipresence of like fat phobia, like online,
Yeah.
is like, it's so annoying. It's like you can curate your
Yeah.
For You page or your Instagram, whatever, to be like, to only follow people who like don't subscribe to that, and still,
Yep.
because of the way that the algorithm in
Algorithm is
society
smart.
is,
Yep.
it will be like, have you considered hating yourself?
Yeah.
You fatty. And it's like, I don't follow any like
That's
skinny me
crazy
tea or
that
like
it
any
comes
kind of
up.
fitness things. It's like, I don't want this. Go away.
One more super quickly, and it's very good and you'll all agree.
Yeah.
People that spoil movies or TV shows or books, but they identify as a non-spoiler. And they go, no, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm literally just saying that like you'll love season 2. I'm like, don't even say that.
Yeah.
Don't even say that. Or they go, just get ready for her thing in the next. I'm like,
You've done it already.
But when they don't identify as a spoiler, I'm like,
That's
you're
good.
spoiling by talking.
That's good. That's
Stop
good. That's
existing.
good.
No, that's too far. Don't kill yourself, but just shut up on the facts about Severance.
Well, that's it. That's the Kickons question.
God, and now we go back to a reality where we realise that all these people do exist. So what a shit Kickons that
Gotta
was.
live with them.
It's no personal hell. This is hell.
That is hell. Is it time for the Hit It Toots?
It is.
Oh, my lordy.
Singing is not annoying, and everything is better as a song.
I have a couple of ideas that came to me during the episode. I think we could do 2 Blueberries trying to take the perfect photo at golden hour. Or Meryl Streep as an influencer.
Oh,
Or one of each.
that's all
That's
perfect.
One of us plays the Blueberry, one of us Meryl Streep.
You can play whoever.
I don't care. Tom, can you cast it?
Oh, I couldn't.
Go on.
Why don't you both play both? You alternate.
We alternate.
Okay,
Perfect.
So go A, B, B, A. No, that
Perfect.
A.
Well, that feels a bit more complicated.
Yeah, it's more complicated. I don't know.
We're both going to do both.
We're both going to do both.
Great. 2
Meryl-
cunty little Blueberries trying to take the perfect photo.
And
For Meryl Streep, the influencer.
for Meryl
There we
Streep,
go.
the influencer.
Great.
Okay, and you're going to do all this to Apple Cart Jazz.
Perfect. Yeah?
That's perfect.
Great. Hit it toots.
Okay.
You start.
I'm coming by the punnet, I'm getting out the box. I'm coming by the punnet, I'm getting on the box. I gotta take a photo, I gotta be right. Me and my blueberry down in the night, but it's the golden hour and we're getting a photo. It's the golden hour. Come over here, Barry. It's time to take a pic.
Oh, hi, Lucille the Blueberry. Wanna go down to the lake with me? We can stand on the deck and take the photo with the sun in our face. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Meryl, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry about nothing. Meryl, I'm gonna do it 'cause me and my Blueberry, we're gonna take that photo for that Instagram campaign.
My name is Meryl Streep. I'm not doing any movies, 'cause now I am promoting those cases on the phone that have the pop sockets on them. You can use this code, it's Meryl Streep. You can get 50% off. You can use this code, it's Meryl Streep. You can get the same thing, 50% off.
Use code Mamma Mia to find your dancing queen. When you get on that dating app, Tinder or Bumble, use code Mamma Mia to find me. Oh, my little Blueberries 1 and 2, what are you gonna take this photo for you? Take me to the nursery rhymes. Fucked, I fucked it, sorry, yeah.
And she go, how does it feel to be nominated for TikToker of the Year? Well, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I've been at the Oscars, but this TikTok Awards is really quite something.
I'm a little blueberry working for Meryl Streep. Yeah, Meryl Streep. Meryl, when you take this photo of me, can you put a blue filter on it? Yeah, even though I'm purple, I want to be blue so I can live up to my namesake. I'm a blueberry and I'm gonna dance with you while we get the perfect photo. Yeah.
Blueberries, cool, summers, winter, autumn or spring. I don't know, because blueberries, cool, summers, winter, autumn or spring. What's the color palette?
My name's Meryl Streep. Use code Color Theory to find out what color your blueberry is today. Hell yeah! Yeah.
Us singing a button end to be like, stop playing it, you fuckstick.
Can never tell when you guys are actually finished.
I'll give you a clue when we go da-da-ba-bum. Yeah.
But then in recent episodes, I've cut it and then Mel's been like, oh, I was about to go again.
Holy
I love
hell.
to take a hit it till it's longer than it needs to be.
Perfect. It just kind of keeps going.
It's beautiful.
Hey,
The
great.
sound of that soundtrack was so specific. It sounded like a cartoon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very like...
It had a motor.
Yeah.
God, it had a motor.
Ding. Well.
Perfect.
Thanks everyone for sticking around for another episode of absolute bullshit today.
It's just bullshit always. Now that I've turned 30, it really is bullshit.
It's bullshit on
perfect.
loop.
Bullshit on a loop.
Bullshit on loop is good merch.
It's bullshit on a loop like a hamster wheel, but a rat wheel.
Bullshit on loop.
Nino.
Hold on. That'd
Merch
be a
alert.
hot t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
not bad.
Anyway.
And we'll be selling it in the shades Blueberry and Blueberry, depending on what retinas you've got going on.
Your special skill
Yeah.
is being able to call back to something from the start of the episode as we are wrapping the entire episode.
It is a superpower
It's a
of mine.
superpower. It's so
Thank you.
amazing.
You want to know your superpower?
Yeah.
Is being able to flesh and actually steer this ship with any form of strength. She can steer and flesh. And the way that I look at her and just quip, and then go, what's next? She's like, your segment, you fuck stick.
And that's on balance.
And that's on
Me
balance.
and my girl, why don't you write a letter about it?
I will.
Yeah, see that tie-in? You see
Nah,
that?
it's all
That's
tied
very
in.
good. It's all tied in.
Look, that's not my camera. For fuck's sake, I've looked at that so much. If any of these videos look, I apologise. That's just for the YouTube.
My favourite thing when we were hanging out with our friend Loz recently, and he went, oh my God, it's really cool to see you guys, like, because he's a big fan of the pod, and he's like, it's really cool to see you guys, like, I'm witnessing like a live pod, and Sam, you do those wrap-ups, but in real life. Yeah. We're like, hell yeah.
Correct,
We're so
absolutely.
fucking authentic, man.
Absolutely, I do. All right, rats, here's the thing. Go subscribe, go tap that bell, go send it to a mate. Plus, we're still building our audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for joining if this is the first one. What an odd one to join. I say that every time. Ew, I'm turning into a loop of myself. Nothing's new. I'm a washing machine. See ya.
Washing my cheese. Log in. Oh, see ya. Tune in next week to see me and my own bullshit loop just chatting more shit.
I am Harry High Pants right now. This is what I look a little bit like Kath Day Night when she wears that mango espadrille. Sorry. Like, Kenny Speaker, I miss you. Where are you at? My leather fantastic pants are all the way up in my tit holes. Tit holes, see ya.
All right, that's it. We have to end this. See you later, guys.
It's very late in the studio
See you
tonight.
on Thursday
See ya.
for a rat food. I love you. Sam doesn't.
No.
This is a Grouse House podcast. Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.